Let's take a look at how to use the outlining tools inside of Word. The outline view provides a helpful way to view and organize the main structure of your document. By default, the outline in a document is based on the heading styles. There are 9 built-in heading styles, and by default, anytime you assign these heading styles to different paragraphs, they will automatically be picked up and used as the organizational structure of outline. By default, if you're not using your heading styles, you're not going to see any type of an outline on your document. You can bypass the heading 1 styles by assigning outline levels to your own custom styles. To view your outline, you need to move to Outline View. You can do this by clicking on the Outline View button down here. It's the 4th one from the left, and the View buttons in the bottom right corner of your screen, or you can move to the View tab, and from the View tab you can click on Outline. You might see your style area pane over here on the left hand side. It's a very useful tool because it will show you the different styles you have assigned to every paragraph on a page. Therefore, you can scroll through the document and quickly look inside of the pane and see what styles have been applied to the different paragraphs. If you're not seeing the style area pane, go view my video called Style Area Pane, and I will show you how to turn this on if it happens to be turned off. Now I'm looking at this document, and as I page through the document, I can see that I just have the normal style applied. Now, there may be all kinds of formatting built onto these, but that doesn't necessarily mean they're a style. It just means somebody's gone out and applied some direct formatting, but not used style names. I certainly don't see any heading 1 styles or heading 2 styles or any of the heading numbered styles that are built in. So when I come out here and take a look at, say, the structure of the document, if I wanted to come up and say only show me the level 3 heading levels or the heading level 2 or the heading level 1s, I don't see any structure whatsoever. I have to come out and choose all levels, which will show me the bare bottom text, and we're going to change that by adding some heading styles. Now, just to make viewing a little easier, I'm going to come out to my styles pane over here on the right hand side, and I'm going to click on top of the title for styles. I see my 4-headed arrow. I'm going to hold down my mouse and drag this over and place it next to the text. This will just make it a little easier to see as I'm explaining this. Now I can see out here that I have heading 1, heading 2, and heading 3. This is just an abbreviated set of styles, what they consider the most commonly used styles. If you'd like to see all of the styles that are available, including heading 1 through heading 9, you can come down here to the bottom of this pane, click the Options link, and inside of Options where it says Select Styles to Show, click the drop down arrow and choose All Styles. When you click OK, you will see all the built-in styles. You'll also see heading 1 through heading 9 out here. These are the style headings that are used in the outlining. That is, whenever you apply one of these styles, you will build structure in your document. I will apply some heading 1s and heading 2 styles. I'll click on heading 1, and I apply this to the first paragraph up here, a word from the chairman. I'll also come down here, click on Contents, click on my heading 1 style for Contents, come down here to the long history of spices. I'll apply a heading level 2. I'll do the same thing for the next guy down here, the medicinal uses of spices. I'll click on heading 2. Now, got to make sure that you don't just select a paragraph here. These are linked styles, that is, linked character and paragraph styles. And if you happen to select just a single character, you're only going to format that character. So I'm going to undo that. I'm just going to click once. So I'm just flashing in the middle of a word, and I will click on heading 2, and it applies it. Let's apply some heading 3s. I will come down here to Spice Trade, click heading 3, come down here to some others as well. Alright, so I've applied some heading styles. Now I want to come back out and see how the structure works here. If I come out up to the top and I say only show me heading level 1, then I only view the heading levels for heading 1 out here. If I come out and say show me level 2, then I see 1 and 2. If I come out and show 3, it shows me 1, 2, and 3. If I want to expand any one of these and view the content underneath, I can place my pointer on the plus sign on the left, and I can double click my mouse and it will expand that area. If I want to collapse it, I double click again. Medicinal use of spices, heading level 2, I'll double click to expand. I'll double click to collapse. Now notice when I do this, it also collapses the level 3 headings, so I may have to go ahead and expand that out again by coming up and saying level 3. If I expand out Spice Trade and I look at the paragraph underneath, but I realize that this should really be above, say, medicinal uses of spices, I could go ahead and just click on the plus sign to select this, and I can drag it right above medicinal uses. And now I see that it's in between medicinal uses and the long history of spices, and all the content is still there. Now when I click on the spice trade, I can see that it's a heading 3. But let's say I decide that I really like to make it a level 2 out here alongside the long history of spices and the medicinal uses. I can click on this plus sign, drag it to the left, and it automatically takes it from a heading 3 down to a heading 2, and it's at the same levels as these other areas here. Now these dark lines that you see inside of here, you may see these or you may not. It depends. These are either page breaks or section breaks within your document, these gray lines that you see here. Now instead of clicking and dragging the plus sign next to a style name, you could just click in the style name and you could use these arrows to move up or move down. If I wanted to take spice trade and move below medicinal use of spices, I could click on it once, click this down arrow here, and it reorganizes the document this way. If I would like to go ahead and move it up, I can move it up. If I want to expand content, I can click in the middle of this guy and click the plus sign, and it'll expand the content or collapse the content if I press the minus sign. If I want to promote or demote a heading up here, I could select the heading, and then from here I could bump it up one level. This moves it up to a level 1, or I can demote it down to, say, a level 3. If you click this guy, it'll bump it all the way up to a level 1. If you click this guy, it'll bump it all the way out to just body text. If you don't want to see the actual formatting that's been applied to the text, you could uncheck Show Text Formatting, and everything just takes this very raw look here. You could also show just the first line of the text only. If you're showing all the levels, you could show just the first line and not the full paragraph.